Hello and welcome to Five Nights at Freddy's. Since we're already in the month of October, we're going to continue on with the spookiest game I can think of, which is this one. As some of you already know what this game is about, I don't have to explain it to you. But for others, however, let's just say you play as a security guard working at a pizzeria. That's it. And to be honest, I'm not really too fond about this game, even though it's pretty popular to some of the younger generation and all that. I'm not going to keep explaining to you about this, except that this is actually a point-and-click game. But enough said, let's get into Five Nights at Freddy's. Also, this is actually a let's try or play, or whatever you want to call it, so I'm not going to go through all this game. So let's begin. Help wanted. Freddy Fazbear Pizza looking for a security guard to work at the night shift, 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. And this is our first night. I can't really talk today, as always. And here's our office. Not too shabby. Actually, not too creative or clean either. But there's a phone call, so let me just hear what he has to say.
Hello? Hello? I wanted to record a message for you to help you get settled in on your first night. Actually worked in that office before you. I'm finishing up my last week now, as a matter of fact, so I know it can be a bit overwhelming, but I'm here to tell you there's nothing to worry about. You'll be fine. So let's just focus on getting you through your first week, okay? Let's see. First, there's an introductory greeting from the company that I'm supposed to read. It's kind of a legal thing, you know. Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a magical place for kids and grown-ups alike, where fantasy and fun come to life. Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for damage to property or person. Upon discovering that damage or death has occurred, a missing person report will be filed within 90 days or as soon as property and premises have been thoroughly cleaned and bleached and the carpets have been replaced. Blah, blah, blah. Now, that might sound bad, I know, but there's really nothing to worry about. The animatronic characters here do get a bit quirky at night, but do I blame them? No. If I were forced to sing those same stupid songs for 20 years and I never got a bath, I'd probably be a bit irritable at night too. So remember, these characters hold a special place in the hearts of children and we need to show them a little respect, right? Okay. So just be aware, the characters do tend to wander a bit. They're left in some kind of free roaming mode at night. Something about their servos locking up if they get turned off for too long. They used to be allowed to walk around during the day too, but then there was the bite of 87. Yeah, it's amazing that the human body can live without the frontal lobe, you know? Now concerning your safety, the only real risk to you as a night watchman here, if any, is the fact that these characters, if they happen to see you after hours, probably won't recognize you as a person. They'll most likely see you as a metal endoskeleton without its costume on. Now, since that's against the rules here at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, they'll probably try to forcefully stuff you inside a Freddy Fazbear suit. Now, that wouldn't be so bad if the suits themselves weren't filled with cross beams, wires, and animatronic devices, especially around the facial area. So you can imagine how having your head forcefully pressed inside one of those could cause a bit of discomfort and death. The only parts of you that would likely see the light of day again would be your eyeballs and teeth that pop out the front of the mask. Yeah, they don't tell you these things when you sign up. But hey, first station of the breeze. I'll chat with you tomorrow. Check those cameras and remember to close the doors only if absolutely necessary. Gotta conserve power. Alright, good night.
So as you can see, this is actually, like I said, a point-and-click adventure, so you can't move around. You're just gonna have to go back and forth. Just turn on the lights and close the door. And Bonnie's already gone. So as you can see, most of the characters are walking around. You gotta be careful. Also, their names are actually, this one is Bonnie, the bunny. That one's Chica, and the other one is Freddy. And I'm already wasting enough power, so I gotta be careful. So basically, I remember, like, when it first came out, I thought it was actually centered around a group of animals trying to hike or something, and they're just trying to kill each other. But it's not. It's basically like a Chuck E. Cheese vibe. Also, you got to listen to the footsteps, because otherwise they'll just pop out of nowhere. There he is, Bonnie, right there. And I'm also halfway out of the power left. Hold on for a second. That's funny. And I remember a long time ago, I had a dream similar to this, believe it or not. Is that I was in a small room playing I believe a Ninja Turtle arcade game, but it just had like some pixelated characters. And when I was getting out, I would see some of the show animatronics playing in the Chuck E. Cheese dining area, and that's all I remember. So this is basically what it reminds me. And I'm always I used to be too scared of the animatronic myself, or the mascots, when I was young, going to Chuck E. Cheese. And Bonnie's ghoul, I mean Chica, is out. So I gotta be careful not to waste all the powers. You know, I don't know. If somebody was working here and most of the power is draining out, they should always bring a stun gun or a taser just to electrocute the power or breaker box just to get more powers and all. That would be a lot stressful than this. I'm guessing the fan is the cause of this. Also, what I've heard from this game is basically that it's scary because it's not because of the jump scare that's scary. It's because of the jump scare is basically, in my opinion, the penalty of a game over. So yeah, I'm trying to focus as much as I can in this because that's why Bonnie's just poking out there. So if I just look at my camera with the doors open, I'm dead. So just wait for a little bit until he's gone. I can still see him, the shadows right there. And I can hear Chica in the kitchen. Okay, he's gone. It's almost 5, so I'm almost done. So the only thing that makes this game scary is the atmosphere. I mean, most of the background changes once in a while. I didn't even realize it. I just need a few more hours and that's it. Come on, just a few more minutes. There we go. I've made it for my first night. Thank you. So fortunately, the more easier it starts, the harder it's gonna get later. Alright, take your time. Everyone's still in place? Good. Alright, let me just hear what this guy has to say since I already made it to night 1.
Hello? Well, if you're hearing this and you made it to day 2, congrats. I won't talk quite as long this time since Freddy and his friends tend to become more active as the week progresses. It might be a good idea to peek at those cameras while I talk, just to make sure everyone's in their proper place, you know. Interestingly enough, Freddy himself doesn't come off stage very often. I've heard he becomes a lot more active in the dark, though, so hey, I guess that's one more reason not to run out of power, right? I also want to emphasize the importance of using your door lights. There are blind spots in your camera view, and those blind spots have to be right outside your doors. So if you can't find something or someone on your cameras, be sure to check the door light. You might only have a few seconds to react. Not that you would be in any danger, of course. I'm not implying that. Also, check on the curtain in Pirate Cove from time to time. The character in there seems unique in that he becomes more active if the cameras remain off for long periods of time. I guess he doesn't like being watched. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure you have everything under control. Talk to you soon.
Alright, thank you. So as you can see, there's a new character that I need to remind you of. This here is Foxy, another character. You should be extremely careful from him because he will charge at you once in a while from this area of the door. And that's another thing I want to point out, that this is the part that's get to me. Is that fox tries to charge right at me. So I gotta be careful. I've never watched the new Five Nights at Freddy movie. I did watch the other one that's similar to that, like Willy's Wonderland. And I've heard of the Banana Split movie, but I heard that one's terrible, so yeah. And also, this game is well known for having its lore, and Bonnie's out there. Hold on. That was a close one. That's what I'm talking about. You need to be extremely careful with the, did I just say Bonnie? I mean Foxy. And that's another thing I wanted to point out. Another jump scare that just popped out. So, yeah, like I said before, this game is well known for having its lores about the animatronics in this area, in the place. And there's Bonnie. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make it. And there's that thing again. Boy. Basically, I'm not even talking as much in this video. I'm just trying to stay as focused as I can. Of course, I'm already 21% out of battery. There's Freddy looking at me. I don't think I'm gonna make it. All because of this door. But I have to watch out for Foxy in this part because that's the only thing that's gonna get me. Alright, and I'm gone. See? And as you notice, the button has disappeared. Boy. There's Freddy. And I'm done. See what I mean? That is the part that most people are scared of, the jump scares. And it's a game over. And there's my eyeballs. I'm trapped inside the suit. Yeah, so that's what I was expecting from this game. I'm gonna see if I can try this again, just to see how well I can do. Let's try this again. And I'm gonna have to mute the recording. No recording? Okay. Alright. I'm guessing that I had to try to leave this door as best I can. And I'll do well, I guess. Also, a side note that I want to point out that the next night is going to be harder. Most of these animatronics will mess up the buttons. So what I'm trying to say is that they'll mess up the control buttons, so I won't be able to lock the doors once they're sitting next over there. I could hear Chica over there in the kitchen messing around trying to find some pizza. That's what she's well known about this. She eats pizza. Obsessed with pizza. And I didn't notice that there's a cupcake in this. I mean, basically, why would somebody come over here when this environment is not well clean? Like, cobwebs are here, there, trash, all that stuff. I'm guessing that they probably don't have, well, budget cuts or something like that. That's the camera, so. And there he is, just standing over there. It's still 1 o'clock. Go away. Yeah, Bonnie's just standing there. I don't know how long he'll be in there. Yeah, that always cheers me up. Alright, he's gone. Right on time. Also, there's also more sequels to this, but the timelines of them is a bit back and forth. It doesn't take place after that event. It's primarily a prequel or backup prequel, whatever you want to. I can't speak well because I'm just too stressed out of this. But yeah, the second game is basically a prequel. I really don't like these kind of timelines for every video games. Primarily like Zelda, The Legend of Zelda, for example. That and or Serious Sam. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make it again. Dub to you too, Freddy. I can hear your voices in the background. And Bonnie's right there. I don't think it's that scary with him popping out in the shadow. And I need to be careful because Chica's gonna pop out in this area. She's still over there. Well, to say a certain somebody who's well known for the community managed to get through this. Not I, though. Because basically, this game is not for me. Not that it's bad or anything. Come on. And I'm dead again. This is taking longer than I thought. Oh, there you are. Alright, that was Five Nights at Freddy's. So that's all the time we have. Basically, I just feel like uninterested about that. I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying that it's a bad game. It's just not my forte. And I'm already familiar with the patterns and all that, of the jump scares and all. But again, those are only used as a penalty of a game over, for some of you who don't know. So yeah, that was Five Nights at Freddy's. So thank you again for watching this, and I will see you again in the next project at the time of Halloween.